What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the Stop Playing With Me podcast. I am your lovely, beautiful, talented, intelligent, confident co-host, Kirsten S. Lewis, honey. And welcome to the party where we are advocating for the underdog in ourselves all 2023 longer. Once again, I am your beautiful co-host. And let's not forget the one, the only, Holy Ghost, honey. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up for the Holy Ghost. Because if it was not for him, it will never be a me. Everything that you see today, all these lights, camera, actions, because he has been good, and I have hearkened to his word and his wisdom. But anyway, welcome to the party, y'all. This has been a phenomenal journey. Once again, we on season 2. As y'all see, the set has changed, and these colors is coloring, and this couch is couching. Season 2 is about to be off the grid. Why? Because not only are y'all finna stop playing with me, but y'all finna stop playing with my friends. I have brought some amazing individuals that I have had the privilege of doing life with and walking life out with to come on this podcast and not only share their underdog story, but to also encourage words, also encourage the underdog that's in you. So, without further ado, honey, welcome my friend Antonio Santoro to the stage.
What is up? What is up, Kirsten S. Lewis? Come on, stop playing with me.
Listen,
Let me
stop
just
playing
say
with
this right here. Season 2, here we are, y'all.
Here we are.
Here we are.
And here
We're
we
going
ain't.
from glory to glory, level up.
Huh?
It's time to level up.
Eddie Amaya.
I'm ready for it. So thank you. Let me just say, start off, thank you
Oh.
so much for allowing me to be here. Like, we got lights, camera, action going on
I
here.
love him so much, y'all.
Love this. And you said get the party started. I am here for the party.
What? Okay.
Where the party favors, the food, the gifts, the food again.
What you bringing to the party,
food.
friend?
A good time. Here we are, a good time, and I'm here for it. So again, thank you so much for being here.
So
And
much.
again, I love you and your spirit, and again, championing the underdog.
Yeah.
And that's really what we're all about this, today on this podcast, is really just letting people know that you don't have to be stuck in that victim mentality. You don't have to be stuck in that situation or circumstance that you may be facing.
Absolutely.
That you are an overcomer, and you're overcoming that underdog whole life.
Period.
Like it's not about that.
That's literally all that I stand by, because of course this journey started literally just me on my phone deciding to document this journey of like, what does confidence look like for you?
Sure.
Because growing up, like, it was always, because I am a pretty girl, it was always like, or I am smart, it was like, oh, she thinks she better than all of us. She thinks she can't nobody tell her nothing. And I'm just like, no, that's not what I think. And I lived my whole life trying to appease people, drown myself down, water myself down, just to keep people comfortable, just so I wouldn't say or do anything that offended them. And I found myself walking on eggshells in all of my relationships. And slowly but surely losing my confidence. So when we're advocating for the underdog and ourselves, guys, it's not just about boasting in our own abilities, because yes, I'm smart, yes, I'm pretty, yes, I'm talented, yes, you're a wordsmith, yes, you're energetic, yes, you're positive, yes, you're encouraging, but we are boasting in our abilities that God has given us.
Facts.
We're boasting in the abilities that Christ has afforded us after the cross.
Yeah.
And we are using it to the better of our abilities.
Listen, we're just getting started, but I already feel this. You were just talking about watering yourself down and stuff. I think many people shrink back for the comfort of others.
Man.
Like what service is that of God? Like, if God gave us the gifts, talents, abilities, and skills, what I call tags: talents, abilities, gifts, and skills. Tags. If God has given you a tag, then why are you shrinking back?
Man.
Like, it's for his glory. So listen, we're just getting started, but I just wanted to jump in. So good. So good. So I think, again, we fall in that trap a lot. And I believe this podcast is going to help some people get out of that trap. I think it's going to be good. Here we are, y'all. Let's do it.
This man then sat here.
It's good.
And tore this couch up, and we only about 3-4 minutes in.
No shrinking.
Shrinking.
Don't stop playing with me. Come on, it's 2023. Let's go.
I'm about to take off running.
Let's go.
We're moving to the next part.
Come on. So yes, again, yes.
So now I've told you what the podcast is. I want to introduce you to who is I am.
Okay.
We're going to play a little game, friend.
All right.
It's a little icebreaker. So in a time of a lot of depression, it was a low time in my life. And where I was trying to find encouragement, where I was trying to figure out where God was in my situation, my friend, honestly, prophetically, we began to play this game.
Okay.
And we were just doing it like, out of regular chat banter. And she was just like, hey, guess this name real quick.
Right.
And she was like, Jehovah Gabor. And I was like, is it equivalent to Jehovah Jireh, so I can be in the ballpark?
Right.
And she was like, Jehovah Gabor, like, the mighty man of war, like, or the man or God mighty in battle. I was like, that's crazy. And I didn't know that. And of course, as people that believe in God, we know, like, his, we claim to know his word, and we claim to be all in, and sometimes we don't know all of who he is, all the facets of who he is. We know him to be like provider. We know him to be our friend. We know him to be our helper and comforter. But what about the other things?
Yeah. And if we don't know God and we're in his likeness and image, do we really know ourselves? Like, again, I believe that we're walking around here in an identity crisis. We've got to know who we are. And in order to do that, we have to know who God is, our Father.
That's so good. That's so
let's
good.
Jump in. What is this?
Let's go ahead and play it. So this is how the game goes.
So what is this? What is this game? Like, who created this game?
Oh, me.
You created this game.
I did.
We got Milton Bradley sitting on this couch right here. Skip Monopoly, skip Uno, skip all that, I mean, like, I'm telling you, you literally are out here creating card games. What is this? No, it is Who Is I Am. Let's play this. All right, let's go.
Okay,
I'm ready for it. I love it.
This is how it goes.
Can I just say I love this? And I really am trying to live by this. Die empty. Die empty. Like, you've got gifts, talents, abilities, and skills within you. You have a card game within you. And here you are producing a card game. This is what I'm talking about. You got a podcast, a card game. I've got, like a book. I've got music out. I've got a whole business, all that stuff.
Period.
Die empty. You've got gifts in you that we're waiting on. If you're listening and watching this podcast, we are waiting on your card game. Oh, hello? We're waiting on your podcast. We're waiting on your book, your music. We're waiting on the event that you've been planning for the longest time. We're waiting on you. And when you have that event, invite us, okay? Let's go.
Stop playing with me.
Stop playing with me and stop shrinking back. Die empty. Pour it out. We're waiting. All right, let's go.
First.
I'm ready.
So this is how the game go.
Yes, the game. I love it.
So you pick a card.
Okay.
Face the card towards me. I'll tell you the name, and all you gotta do is guess it.
Okay. I just have to guess the name of God.
Guess the name of God.
All right. Who is I am? Let's go. Come on. Listen, I just need something just.
Now the Holy Ghost helped my friend last time.
Okay.
So I had to see
well, listen. He's a helper.
You a helper. All I'm saying is your nature.
Come on. He's a helper.
Over there.
All right, here we go. We're going right here.
Okay.
This is you. This is it.
Ooh.
Is this a good one? I know it is.
Now this one, no. This one is an interesting card. This is actually one of the wild cards from the game.
Come on, wild card!
Now, if you decide to play the game with your group or your friend or your local assembly or your team, this is called the grace card.
Grace.
And
where would I be without your grace? Come on, grace card.
And since he pulled the grace card, they run on a point system. So you would receive 2 points to your overall score. And you get to skip your turn. So you ain't got to guess no
2 points for the second season. So since I skipped my turn, all right, skipping my turn. Kirsten S. Lewis, let's flip the script. All right, stop playing with me and my grace card. Hello? Stop playing with me. All right, so
you're not gonna guess no names.
I am. After your turn, I am gonna guess the name. All right, so
he didn't just flip the script
I sure did. Let's do this, Kirsten S. Lewis.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Right. Now, Lord, now Holy Ghost, I know I told you.
You got this.
I know I told you not.
You got this. We
okay.
There we go. All right. Oh wow. Okay. No, because it's the same exact card that she did. She used this as an example, Jehovah Gabor. Oh, so I don't know what that means for you, but the Lord mighty in battle.
First of all, you.
So
let me guess it.
Because you knew it.
It's fine.
You knew it. So the Lord is mighty in battle in her life right now. So come on. All right. So let's for real. Come on. Let's do this again.
All right.
Here we go. All righty. So this one is.
All right.
All right. Pella Yoetz. Pella Yoetz.
Okay. All right. So,
name of God is Pella. Okay. So if y'all are out there, do you know what Pella Yoetz means? Because I did not until now.
So okay, I think I need a clue.
Okay, so one thing about this incredible card game, the publicist coming out in me, is there's also a verse that's attached to the name. And the verse is, "For unto us a child is born." Woo! Come on. "Unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders." Yep. "And his name will be called
Wonderful Counselor."
Wonderful Counselor. Come on. Mighty God, Everlasting Father.
I know
Prince
my word.
of Peace. That's it. Yes, you do.
Honey, I know the Lord.
He's a wonderful counselor.
Okay,
Now, so let's do this. All right.
You done stalled for too long. The Lord just showed you favor.
My grace card stalled me. I'm good. All right. So here we go.
Okay. All right. Okay.
This is good. I'm excited. I'm excited. Here we go. All right. Who is I am?
Who is I am? Okay. All right.
All right.
All right. Let's.
Come on.
This is doable, friend.
All right. I am. Let's go.
The name of God is Elohi Matsi.
Elohi Matsi. All right. I don't typically call my father that. So Elohi Matsi. Yeah. May I have a verse clue for that, please?
I got you.
All right.
Okay, so God is my strong fortress, and he sets the blameless in his way.
Elohi Matsi.
God is my strong fortress.
So he's like a strong tower? Help me.
I would say you close, friend.
Strong tower, refuge, listen.
No. You were close. But it was something additional to refuge. So redact refuge. What do you know him after refuge?
Fortress, refuge. Okay. All right. Help me out.
The Lord is my refuge and
strength.
So what's the name of God?
Oh, the Lord is my strength.
Yes.
Okay. All right. The Lord. Okay. So Elohim Matzi. All right. The Lord is my strength. God of my strength. All right. Amen. I needed that strength.
Up for my friend.
Clap it up for me and my friend. And for the God of strength and for the God mighty in battle and the wonderful counselor.
And your little grace card.
And my grace card. That's right. Where would I be?
Oh my goodness. If it had not been for his grace.
Come on.
But just like we had a good time playing this game on this here couch, you can have the same amazing time with your friends, with your local assembly, with your groups and your teams by shopping Who Is I Am Today. It's available in the link in my description or in my bio, and you could have Who Is I Am in your house today.
So good. That was so good. That was so fun.
I'm glad you had
because
fun,
you know what?
friend.
Even if you don't play it with friends, you could use that in your prayer time. I could just be like, you know what, God, you are my strength today.
And that's what I love about it, because I never want anyone to feel intimidated, of course, by the names of God. I don't want by this game. I want it to motivate us to seek God in a new way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good. That's good.
I'm just excited to see who all it will impact and bless, and how far it'll go.
Yeah.
And
I love it.
Now that we have gotten a glimpse of who I Am is, let's get a little bit of a glimpse of who Antonio is.
Let's go. Let's take a glimpse. Let's pull the curtain back. Here we go. This is like the Wizard of Oz right here. So I'm Antonio Santoro. I'm a North Carolina native.
Ooh.
Recently moved to Atlanta at this point about a year and a half ago, and love it.
Really?
I love it here. I love the fast-paced city life, and I am an expert encourager.
Yes,
I am an expert,
absolutely,
encourager. I'm a positivity pusher,
yes.
And I'm an author, a recording artist, and
I'll go real quick. Recording artist, as in, I don't know if you recognize this beautiful face, this handsome face right here. But my friend was on Sunday's Best.
Season 9. That's right.
Season 9.
Yep.
He sat here and blessed the people with his vocal chords.
Listen, that was such a great experience. That was an incredible experience. So
new music coming soon.
Yeah, you know what? It's so funny you say that. I think that there will be something this year. That is a goal of mine. Not an album, Royal Love is out on all streaming platforms. But I do want to release another single this year.
Absolutely.
So yeah. So we'll see what happens.
And you will.
I will. Stop playing with me.
Stop playing with him.
And I'm also a publicist. I'm a public relations professional.
And you do it so well.
Thank you very much. And so I have a background in public relations, and I provide greater brand awareness and visibility.
Absolutely.
Through media relations for brands and organizations. So love it. So that's a little bit about me.
That's so good.
Yeah, I'm fervent for the things of God and what God's put within me. And that's really what I desire to do each and every day.
And I co-sign.
Yeah.
And I love that when we first started this out, you was like, yo, y'all need to make sure you die empty. And to see that you have all of these things going for you and you're going forth in them in gladness and encouragement, like, for you to be this big ball of energy. How did you get to this stage? Has it always been like this?
I think that, for example, like you were just saying, die empty. And I think as a publicist, I realized, again, I have a background in public relations and communications, but for myself, I am, as I mentioned, a natural expert encourager. I love to support. I love to champion. Like, that's why this is my vibe right here, And I realized, okay, if my profession as a publicist is to support and encourage and highlight other brands, that's who I am innately, right? So tapping into that. But has this always been like this? I believe that life's challenges, situations, circumstances, the instability of life sometimes can push you into a greater purpose. And so for myself, growing up, I was always that supporting friend. I was always that encouraging, strong friend. But also I believe that it kind of was a catalyst from just uncertain times growing up, challenging times growing up and an unstable childhood. Okay. So I believe that that's how all of that kind of came about, and I'm better for it.
Absolutely.
I'm better for it.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
So as we're expounding upon, like, you said that your younger years and you're better for all of the things that you went through that created you to be who you are today. So would you say that you have an underdog story?
Yeah, I think I do. Just growing up, living in a tumultuous environment with, again, instability, not knowing if the lights would be on or if money would be paid for other things and that kind of thing. Just it was a difficult time, but I think I often say, out of your darkest days come your best days. Absolutely. And I believe that sometimes, well, not sometimes, all the time, we are developed in the dark. All right. Think about photos. Photos are developed in the dark, and it's in our darkest moments where we learn who we are, our strengths, our abilities, what we can overcome. And really in those wilderness, dark moments is when we grow closer to God, and we understand, Lord, it's me and you out here in these streets. Like, it is literally me and you. I'm fully depending on you. And I do believe that, yes, there's that underdog story, but there's always been that overcomer within me as well. So we have the underdog story, but the identity is the overcomer.
I love where you're going with this.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the circumstance and situation may look like an underdog, but again, it's who we are that overcomes that. I've say this, that, and I've learned this through just training and in a coaching training session before, where every experience has a neutral emotion. All right. So follow me here. Every experience has a neutral.
I'm following.
Right. Follow. I got you. Has a neutral emotion attached to it. It's us that place that emotion to it. So, for example, this whole experience right now, didn't really know what to expect. I didn't know the lights, camera, and action. I knew it was going to be pure excellence, but I didn't know. But again, I could be like, oh gosh, I'm really overwhelmed. Like, this is a lot. Like, lights, we have a whole, director back here. We have a whole, this is a lot, Or I could be super joyful and super excited about this opportunity.
Wow.
Much like Sunday Best. When I was on Sunday Best, I literally was backstage with my fellow contestants and friends. And I said, y'all, this is we've got to maximize this moment. Like, they were so nervous standing in front of all these like celebrity judges and stuff. I'm like, y'all, like they put their pants on like we do. Like, this is literally not that big of a deal. We can do this. All right. We are called here for a reason. And so I say all that to say, whatever you're going through, if you're listening to this and watching this, whatever you're going through, no losses, just lessons. That's what I say. It's no losses, just so you may be going through a divorce, you may be going through a foreclosure, you may be going through a job loss, whatever it may be looking like. But I want you to look at it as it's not necessarily a loss. It's a lesson. You're growing from it. You're learning from it. You're being developed from it. And so if you're being developed from it, guess what? There's going to be fruit from it.
That's so good.
And so every experience has a neutral emotion. It's up to you to assign that emotion to it, if that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. And as you were saying that, I just started to, put myself in that scenario. Like, how many times do I get overwhelmed?
Yeah.
And I look at an opportunity and all I see is how it could go wrong.
Yeah.
And now I'm understanding, like, as you're talking, like, first of all, I love how wordy this man is. Like, just hearing him speak, I'll be, because it's giving Moses over here, but it's giving Aaron and her
Come on,
right over here.
I got you.
I love how eloquently he gives language to certain things. It's just the publicist in him and the encourager in him. But when I was hearing you say all these things, it just reminded me of how I mentally approach almost any opportunity. And for you to say some of these opportunities could yield amazing fruit.
Facts.
It's just dependent on how you look at it.
Facts.
And part of the confidence that I know that I can have in myself is looking at every opportunity in the most positive way first. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything doesn't always have to crumble.
Right.
Or go south.
Right.
There's always another way out. There's always an option. Even his word says, like, even when you go through tests and trials of any kind, the Lord is faithful. He will give you a way of escape.
Yep.
He will show you a way out even when you don't see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so that really just, I don't know why that just opened my eyes to, like, challenge me. That's actually, I'm gonna make that my homework this week. Challenge yourself to see the good.
Yeah.
In every opportunity that presents itself.
Yeah. And that's what the word says. We wake up every day and we could choose life or death.
Literally.
And it says choose life, right? So not just with your day, with every experience, every opportunity, every door that's open for you, choose life, because you could easily, if you don't choose life, then you're not maximizing the moment.
Yes.
Again, like for every what if, so what? Like, it's like, what if I failed? So what?
Friend, say it again.
For every what if, so what? So what if this isn't super successful? I mean, you just said you have over 1,000 downloads and listens, 1,500.
Yes.
So, okay. So what if only 3 people listen to it? So what?
That's so
3
good.
people listen to it. Now, obviously a lot more, but I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh my gosh.
So what if my book isn't #1 bestseller? What if my album flops? What if, so what? I believe that the people that are listening to this podcast and watching this podcast right now are assigned to this podcast right now. I believe the people that are listening to my music or reading my book or whatever it is, or playing this card game, is meant to play the card game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe that we're all assigned for such a time as this, whatever that looks like, you know?
And I wholeheartedly agree. And I get emotional every episode.
I love it.
Jesus. But like, even that, it just brings so much. I just feel the pressure.
That part.
Lifting.
That part.
With that very statement. It's just, what if it doesn't? So what? Like, what if? So what?
That's it.
Honestly, I ain't gonna coin it. I'm gonna put your name at the end
of it. Yeah.
But when the snippet go out, that's so powerful.
Yeah.
Those 4 simple words. What if? So
what? I mean, again, like you're exactly right. It takes the pressure off of perfection.
Yeah.
Like we all want to make sure that and I believe, and we know this, that comparison kills.
Yes.
So if you compared this podcast to other podcasts, again, it's not going to measure up, because you are graced for this, right? You're graced for the Stop Playing With Me podcast, And so I believe that, once again, it's all about maximizing that moment, maximizing and saying, you know what? so what? Like, let's do this. You know, if God called you to it, he's going to see you through it.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's so good.
Much.
And I hope that this was encouraging to others as well. Because again, that's going to help you overcome that underdog life.
Yes.
You know, if you're like, oh gosh, okay, I'm going to try this, but no, like, you've got this. All right. You have got this. And it's time to overcome that underdog mentality, that underdog just lifestyle.
That fear of failure.
Fear of failure. So what? Like, stop trying to be perfect. Just do it. Show up. I believe, let me tell you something, as a publicist, that's a word right there. As a publicist and for everybody else, showing up is number one strategy. All right. Number one, show up.
Goodness gracious.
All right. You are supposed to be there. All right. You are meant to be at some of these tables that you're called to. When you're sitting at the table and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't belong. Yes, you do belong there. Show up to that job. And here's the other thing. I'm just kind of
go do your thing, friend.
But you know, like, I thought to myself the other day, am I approaching this work day as a Friday work day or a Monday work day? And the reason why, like, if it, you know how you have the Monday blues and you're like, oh, do I really have to go to work? Why can't every day be a Friday? Like, why can't I approach every day and be like, oh, it's another Friday. We got the Friday type situation.
This is so good.
Why can't we approach every day like, oh, it's Friday, turn up, let's go. Like, I'm here for it.
I wonder what they gonna bring in.
Exactly. If we approached every day like that, choosing life, then it's going to make life much simpler. Listen, we're here for a good time and a long time come on, and a long time. So we might as well make it a good time. Might as well.
And I love that so much. And that just goes back to encouraging, once again, the audience, encouraging myself, and you are the master encourager. So I'm just like, it's just going to bounce off you and hit me again.
I love it.
But his word even says, like, you know, like we were saying earlier, when you go through tests and trials and troubles of any kind, consider it an opportunity for great joy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I wanted to even expound upon that because I know that there'll be times like following you on social media, there'll be so many times where you highlight the Lord's joy. I remember even, like, you know, in our group chat, you put in, like, you know, though the night may seem weary, joy is coming, it's coming in the morning.
That's it.
How has joy, or how that has, like, you know, the joy of the Lord been your strength in your underdog journey?
Yeah, thanks for that question.
Overcomer journey.
Yeah, that overcomer journey. Yeah. You know, again, I know that feelings are fickle.
Yes.
And so I do believe that I choose.
Yes.
Like, it's really a decision. Like, deliverance is a decision. Deliverance from the downtrodden, the deliverance from the woe is me mentality, victim. You know, like, it's really a choice.
Yes.
You know, and so now I'm not saying, again, I'm a positivity pusher, expert encourager. I'm not saying that I don't need that push into positivity sometimes. Okay. I'm not saying I don't need that encouragement sometimes. You know, it's usually those people that need it the most.
Absolutely.
And for me, it's really just saying, you know what? I choose to be joyful today. And here's the other thing. It's also about practicality. Like, if I know I'm having a rough day, typically, I'm going to be honest and transparent that typically it's because I didn't start my day off right in the word, in prayer. Oh yeah. If I don't start my day off acknowledging him first, seeking him first, it's a wrap. Like, I just know that from me. Like, that's just me. I have got to acknowledge him first.
Are you picking up
I'm
what
telling
my friend is putting down,
if
y'all?
not, I'm telling you, y'all, listen.
You are dropping real deal nuggets in. I don't even think you get it.
I don't, because it's life for me. Like, I literally, like, every day, I've got reminders on my phone for 6:30, 7 a.m., 7:30, 7:45, saying, like, it's me and you, God. You know, today is a day of no limits. Your someday is today. Like, your someday is today. Like, oh, someday I'll get to that. No, it's today. Last night I went to a restaurant that I've been wanting to go to for months.
And it looked like you had a great time.
I had a great time. And I've been wanting to go for months. And I said, you know what? And I was after a long day of work. I was like, you know what? And I was laying on the couch. I said, I am going. It's a beautiful restaurant at the top of the Hyatt. here in Atlanta,
Yes.
and it rotates as it's in the skyline, and it had a beautiful sunset. And I said, you know what? I am going because your someday is today. So to answer your question, again, I can go on rabbit trails after rabbit trails, but my point to this is it's all about a choice. In practicality, starting my day off right with God, prayer, meditation, journaling, the word of God. And then also, I have learned that exercise has been very, very beneficial for my mental health.
And I see, like, you go on your walks, your jogs, your runs.
Yes.
Literally every day. He does not miss.
I'm telling you, the endorphins are real, y'all. And I feel so much better after that. And again, it's really just a time to really connect with God. I literally, as I run, I'm like, God, thank you for the strength and the breath in my lungs. And like, I can do this. Like, and even when I feel like I can do all things through Christ. Every bit, even these 4 miles, I can do all things through Christ, So I just, again, and encouraging you as well, you can do it. You can do all things through Christ.
Now, friend, if you don't mind me asking.
Of course. Yeah, go ahead.
How old are you?
I am a good 35.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I know. Usually we melt, white people melt. Y'all do not crack at all. But let's be very clear. I'm trying to keep up with y'all. Like, I really am trying to keep up with y'all. And if we need to edit that out, go ahead. But I'm just being real. Like, I'm really trying. I've got the moisture. I may be shining because I got the moisturizer on. I'm trying to really step my game up when it comes to
oh my God, I love him.
I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. I'm really trying out here. Y'all make it really hard for people like me. Y'all make it really hard. Do you hear me? I'm like, okay, I need every collagen, I need every moisturizer, I need every bit of it. So yes, I'm 35, a good fresh face 35. That's what I am. All right. You okay over there?
No.
All right, well, get yourself together. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Face card don't fail over here. Face card does not fail over here, even at 35.
Because let's be very clear, my friend is fine. My friend is fine.
And yes, thank you very much for that. I appreciate you, Kirsten.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you.
But
listen, that's a cosign. Listen, if you call me fine, all right, this is a cosign. Hello.
I really was not expecting that.
Well, but here we are.
I'm so glad you showed up, friend.
I'm showing up.
I'm so glad you
show up. Didn't we just say that earlier? Show up.
No, and I was about to say, you are the second person thus far that literally emphasized part of your confidence is showing
up. Do you hear me?
Man.
I mean, you have got a space to fill and we're waiting for it. Like, it's like there is a spot for you. There is a spot for you. Like, we're here waiting for you. And we're waiting because, again, your unique talents and abilities may complete me. And what I'm bringing to the table completes you. So we could be missing out on being fulfilled because you're too scared to show up. It's time to show up. It's time to overcome that fear. And it's time to literally be all you're called to be. Hello?
Goodness gracious.
Hello? I'm here for it. Showing up.
Clearly.
And stop playing out.
At this point, this your show.
Well, I mean, listen.
Like, you have no, and I really wish I could like really bring it into full words of how I feel. But I just feel so refueled, I guess. Like, I genuinely feel if I were to look at it like a tank, I literally feel like with every word that you have just spoken, as the master encourager that you are, it has literally filled me up. And I encourage, and
yes,
like
you do.
I have,
yes, you do.
I have the gift of encouragement.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You're good. You're good. You're good with that.
I understand, like, what it feels like to be in the encourager's seat and to do all and give all, and also it tickles me because you also have like a bit of an admin in you.
Yes,
and so
I do.
Like he's very particular, like on time. When I sent him the itinerary, he literally had a field day.
Yes, I did. I said, let me tell you something. First of all, this is my kind of vibe right here. Like, she sent me the itinerary, the questions. I mean, when to be here with the script, everything. And I was here 20 minutes early, number one. Number two, I didn't read one question because this right here, I could do this all day. You hear me?
Literally.
Like, I don't even know if we've even touched any that. I know we have touched the questions.
I was saying, maybe.
But again, this is what I live for. Like, again, that's who I am. I'm a communicator. I love this.
And I love it all the same because like I was saying, every word that you said, every word that you've spoken has literally fueled the encourager in me. And the crazy thing is, friend, like just like you said, showing up as who you are is what the next person needs. Because you didn't know what I was dealing with. You didn't know what I was facing. You didn't know that I needed encouraging today. And you literally refueled my call. You refueled the identity in me.
I love it.
That God has called me to be. And even more so, I literally I'm in therapy. Make sure you get on somebody's couch.
Yes.
In 2023.
Not just this couch.
Not just this couch, but a professional's couch. Please make sure you get a therapist. Side note, back to your regular schedule programming.
Yes.
I was speaking to my therapist the other day, and she and what's crazy to me, I was like, her assignment, of course, is to help me.
Sure.
Is to help me get to my issues and bring awareness and, give me exercises and tools to become whole in my own right.
Right.
And for the last 3-4 weeks of this therapy session or the she literally told me that every session that I have with you is so confirming
for her.
Yes, so confirming for her.
Wow.
For the call that God has given her as a licensed professional. And I said, wow. So me just showing up in this moment, even in vulnerability, with all of my kinks and twists and screw ups, the Lord is still deciding to use me.
Yeah.
To help you as you're helping me.
That's what happens, And I think that oftentimes when we serve, I say this often, and I live by this, and I pray it every morning. Lord, show me where to sow, seek, serve, and be a solution.
Yes.
Because we're out here chasing success in this world. But if we go to the word says that to find success, we first must seek him, right? We sow to be successful. We serve. The greatest of these is the servant, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And being a solution. And that's what you do. And that's what we do. When we serve, we're being successful, and that it's not only just assisting and serving others, but it's fulfilling for us as well.
Yes.
And oftentimes whenever I go and serve or whatnot, I feel more empowered from pouring.
Same.
Same. And so I think that that's exactly what's happening in your situation that you just described.
Absolutely. Because literally I felt like the same way I feel like, you being yourself has just fueled me and empowered me to be who I am. I felt like in that moment, her confirming like the call on her life and her feeling more empowered, gave me a sense of purpose.
Exactly.
It gave me a sense of intentionality. And just like that, I was like, God, I can run on a little while longer.
Let's do it. That's it.
Because I know that you're with me still.
Right.
And so this has just been beautiful and amazing, and I'm not gonna cry.
I know. I love it.
But
this is so good.
I'm really at a loss of words because
what are you believing for?
I'm honestly.
What are you believing for? Because again, like you got this going on, there's so much that's within you. And again, I love to flip the script a little bit. So part of me listen, let me just say this. I was saying this actually Wednesday night at a kickback. In high school, when you have these like job inventories of like, what should you be when you grow up based off your characteristics? Literally, the job that was selected for me was being a talk show host. Really? I love it. Yes. So I want to ask you, what are you believing for? Like, what is it that what are you believing for? Because again, I believe that whenever we have within us that belief system, it's literally, as you said, empowering you to fulfill it, to live it out, to walk it out. So what does that look like for you?
Man, I was not expecting that. So what I'm believing God for this year is to honestly, wholeheartedly, and this is a two-parter. To honestly and wholeheartedly walk out life as I am without fear of what others may think and how others may feel about it.
Sure.
So just like the simple statement of, I have the gift of encouragement. I want to be able to say that boldly.
Yeah.
Like,
that's good.
All the things that I have done. I've written a book. I want to be able to say that boldly. I've bought a house and sold it in 3 years time and made a profit. I want to be able to boldly declare those things and not like shrink down just because I know people around me haven't done that, but I don't want to like, make ruffle any feathers. I want to walk fully and unapologetically bold in confidence and just not be afraid of what people think.
Yeah.
And that's more of like it's a heart thing, and I know it's not always attractive, but that I'm a heart person. Like
Yeah.
I see
Lead with
hearts.
your heart. Yep.
I see hearts and I feel hearts and I see people from the inside out. I don't care about what you do. I want to know, like, what happened on the inside of you that caused you
Sure.
to live that kind of life, or
Yeah.
caused you to be that kind of person these days. Because people aren't born out the womb evil.
Mm-hmm.
And that's whoop.
That's
I'm
good.
getting caught up.
That's good.
But that's what gives me a greater level of passion for people, because people aren't born hateful.
Hateful. Right. Right. Right.
And so even me being a lover of people, even me being a lover of people, encouraging person,
Yeah.
I want to be able to walk confidently in loving myself
Sure.
enough to advocate for myself.
Come on.
Because I'll put myself on the back burner for another person that I love in a heartbeat.
But pause for a second. Let's just stop for there for a second. How is that effective? Because again, we must first love ourselves before we love others.
Absolutely.
It says love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Absolutely.
So you just said you'll love other people before you put yourself on, you'll put yourself on the back burner. And so again, that's a lesson for all of us, because I think oftentimes we go through those moments in life where we're like, I may not add up to, people's standards, or I don't necessarily, I don't look right. I don't feel right, whatever the case may be. But it's in really fulfilling your self-love first before you can give it to others. And so that's really powerful. That really is. And I think that, again, you're continuing to walk that out. And as we grow and live this thing called life, it's about loving ourselves. Because again, as we just said, we know who we belong to. And if we literally are mimicking and looking and reflecting him, there's nothing else we can't,
It's easier to love from the identity. It's easier to for the lack of better words, deal with people from our inner identity. Once we know who we are and what place we hold in the kingdom, that was my prayer. That was the prayer of my heart. I was like, God, keep revealing to me what my purpose is in every season, so that I can live from that.
Yeah. And when you are literally judging yourself,
man,
you're literally beating up on God's creation.
Ugh.
Can you imagine?
Goodness gracious.
You're literally beating up on God's creation. You're doing God no favor by beating up on his creation, by judging yourself, by speaking poorly of yourself. It's time to stop with that underdog life. Like, you are an overcomer. You are so wonderfully made, and it's so gifted. And I want people that are listening and watching this to tap into that. I often, sometimes I have to remind myself of just who I am.
Yeah.
Like, again, like my strengths, and if that means practically writing out your strengths of like, okay, and actually this was a technique that I've recently learned, but writing out my strengths and then hire your weaknesses, right? And it's like, if I'm really good at organization and administration, that's great strengths right there. If I'm a great communicator, but I'm not great at, conceptualizing, vision, like if I'm not a good visionary, right? Then I need to hire a visionary and get them on my team. Absolutely. So I can help them with admin. It's that kind of it's that kind of stuff. So know your strengths, tap into that, and literally practically walk that out. And as I mentioned before, you have something that I need.
Yes.
I have something you need. We complete each other.
And if we know who we are, we don't have to be intimidated by what another person has that we do not.
That's it.
Find your spot and get in where you fit in.
That's it. Friend. Get in where you fit in.
And so so that is what I'm believing God for. But I would say, I would say on the flip side of that, what I am really looking forward to, because of course we all do our vision boards at the top of every year, what we would like the Lord to manifest and everything. And to be honest, the Lord has done all that I when I say exceeding and abundantly, that messed me up. My head is still swimming.
I love it.
But one thing I am honestly looking forward to, that I have been longing for years, is to be a wife and a mother.
Okay.
I am honestly very excited to start that chapter of my life.
That's beautiful.
I have been walking out singleness and wholeness for 7 long years. And I just...
That's beautiful. That is so beautiful.
I'm believing God that one day...
excuse me.
One day he's going to allow that love, that not just like, his like almost as well. I don't, how can I express it? Because I know God is love, but I'm saying like that romantic love.
Sure, of course.
That
Yeah,
romantic
yeah, of course.
relationship to come in into my life, and a beautiful son or daughter or both will be birthed from that. And I just want to see what that adventure holds. I've
That's
done a
great.
lot with my life at the big age of 27,
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah.
But I'm just excited to start that.
That's beautiful. That is so beautiful. I
Thank you,
love that for
friend.
you.
So if we could just, could somebody grab me a broom so from
Come
over there in that
on.
closet, because all these nuggets that he done sat here and
You
dropped
know,
down into this
come on.
doggone room, I just want to sweep it all up
Yeah,
and
well, you
hold it
know
in a
what?
bag
That's the
close to my
blessing
heart.
of a replay. You can just replay this podcast, take your notes, do what you need to do. But yeah.
Friend, you have literally blown my mind
It's been
this
beautiful.
morning.
It's been a great experience.
It
This
really
really
has.
has.
It really has. And so, where can they find you, friend?
You
Where
know,
can
I
they
mean,
find
are we
you?
wrapping up already? Is the
I don't
party
know.
over?
I don't know.
I don't
Cause
know either.
do
Like,
we
I
do
mean,
we, do you send something in the Holy
you
Ghost?
know
You got
what?
something?
I really am just, here's the thing.
Okay.
I'm grateful.
Okay.
I'm going to just kind of wrap up with gratitude.
Okay.
And there's so much, I think that there's so much power in gratitude.
Yes.
I believe gratitude gravitates toward more blessings.
Absolutely.
Imagine if a dog comes up to you, you continuing to beat that dog it's going to run away,
That's so
right?
good.
But when you pet the dog and love on the dog and you're grateful for the dog, it's going to continue to come back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that also in life, where moments like this, when I came and approached the studio, what did I bring in my hand?
You brought me some flowers.
I brought flowers, because here's a principle, y'all. Never go to an opportunity or an experience empty-handed. I honored Kirsten for this moment and this opportunity because I'm grateful, right? I'm grateful to be sitting on this couch just with my friend chopping it up, right? But I'm also grateful to be able to share the life's experiences and what I've learned through life, and hopefully empowering you all and encouraging you all and championing those that are listening and watching. And so there's power in gratitude. When you are grateful, I'm telling you, gratitude will open up some doors for y'all. And I also believe support is a seed, right? And so whenever I'm supporting you, it is literally going to be a harvest of support for me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I believe that whenever I'm supporting podcasts, books, projects, music, events, whatever it is, even as a publicist, whenever I support, I know it's going to come back in some sort of harvest. I know it. That's just it right there.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I can turn the tables now.
Turn it. Come on, let's go.
What are you believing God for?
You know, I am believing God to, just literally, and I've said it a few times on this podcast, maximize life. Like, I really want to live the abundant, like I'm really trying to live this abundant life. Like I'm not trying, I am living this abundant.
You are going to live.
That's it. Like, I mean, life. When I tell you that again, I am learning all that is afforded to us.
That's so good.
And why can't I have it?
Why can't you?
That's why can't I have that? I sat down with somebody yesterday, met them off of social media. He's a fellow public relations professional and very successful. I was not aware, but very successful. And it was so inspiring. And I thought to myself, what is the difference between this man who's very successful as a publicist and me? Mm-hmm. And it's literally his works, right? Faith without works is dead, right? And he's working this thing. And I said, okay, and it made me assess myself. Where am I having deficits? Like, am I not, where can I grow in this, right? And that's really what this is about. It's moments like that that say, there's an abundant life waiting for you, Antonio.
That's so good.
It's time to tap into, why can't I have that? If God's no respecter of persons, last time I checked. So if he can be successful, why can't I? And not to say that I'm not. I'm grateful for what God has afforded me. But my point to all of this is, there's greater.
There's greater.
And what I am believing for is to totally, completely whole in every area of my life, nothing missing, broken, or lacking, and literally walking in the abundance of God in every area. I mean, I want to be a resource for people. I want to assist and serve people. I want to just help. And because again, like I believe that's where we find our success is by serving, you know? And so that's what I desire. I just desire to walk in the fulfillment of the abundant life.
And what if?
So what? You know what? So what? And that's literally what it is. What if? So what? Like let's do this. Like, I mean, leap and the net will appear. Period. Like it's just jump. It's gonna be okay. I mean, the whole journey of me moving to Atlanta.
Oh, listen,
was mind-boggling to me. I mean, I thought, guess what? If I don't like it, the same way I moved here,
I can move back.
Move right back. Like, stop being afraid to take the leap because, again, your steps are ordered. It's gonna be okay. Like, God is with you. God is with you.
Either way.
So it's good stuff. I'm so.
It is good. You are good stuff.
Listen, it is all God. Jeez. It's so God. I'm just again so grateful. So again, I'm wrapping up this moment by just being grateful.
Honey, Antonio Santoro, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
stop playing with my friend.
Stop playing with Kirsten S. Lewis as well, and stop playing with everybody that's watching. Because first of all, stop playing with yourself. All right, you got to stop playing with yourself. Okay, and get beyond the things that are holding you back. But then you know what? When you do show up, because that's going to happen. Show up and show out.
And we're going to be right over here cheering you on.
Cheering you on.
As a matter of fact, I'm clapping it up for you.
Clapping it up for you because you're showing up, showing out, and people are going to say, oh, I can't play with them. I can't play with them. Can't do it. Can't do it. So again, I'm grateful. And where people can find me, I know that you would ask that question, right?
I did.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I know I'm all over the place, but people can find me at Instagram. I am Antonio Santoro. And you can also go to my website, IamAntonioSantoro.com, to purchase music, books, book me, all that stuff. But also, if you are looking for brand awareness and visibility, if you've got a brand, business, organization, product, event, whatever it is, if you're looking for greater brand awareness through the media, through interviews, all of that stuff, I'm here to maximize your message and get the spotlight. Hello, spotlights. Get the spotlight that you deserve. Put you in the spotlight that you deserve. All right. And your brand, listen, you've got a story, and your story is not a stool. So stop sitting on it. All right. Your story is not a stool. So stop sitting on it. Your brand is not built for the background, y'all. So you need a publicist. So hit me up. AntonioSantoro.me is my website for a free consultation.
Absolutely. Y'all heard it here first, folks.
Yep.
Follow my friend, book his services. I know firsthand that you will not be disappointed.
Let's do it.
So, y'all, if y'all want to follow the podcast, which I know you do, I know you want to find us somewhere, you can find us on Instagram at Stop Playing With Me Podcast. And, honey, you can follow me on Instagram as well at Kirsten.s.Lewis. Honey, and last but not least, if you want to follow the Holy Ghost because you know you need him, you can follow him at The Cross. Listen, we love y'all. My friend loves y'all.
I love y'all.
We love y'all.
We really do.
And once again, stop playing with me.
Stop.
Stop playing with my friends.
Stop doing it.
And we're going to see y'all in the next one.
Yes.